that blew me away. That convinced me. I need better tape. That convinced me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good time zone to wherever you are in the world. This is Amelia, aka Spaced Out Puffin, back with another ridiculously overanalyzing reaction to this lovely little show I've been watching. TGCF, Heaven Official's Blessing, which is about a ghost king trying to woo a god, his god, by showing off his assets and winning personality. Kinda like an episode of The Bachelor. And between us, I think he might be losing. To himself, question mark? Yeah, it's time for a confession. I have a new ship. New OTP just dropped. It's Xie Lian and Ming. Because at least Ming is unapologetically honest about what it wants, both in the emotional and physical sense. Hua Chang. And hey, doesn't it make sense? Like Hua Chang, Ming is also like super dedicated to Xie Lian and would probably cut down a Heaven Official or two if needed. And my theory from last time kind of still stands. If Ming was created from Hua Chang's eye, isn't he technically a bit Hua Chang? So he even gets Hua Chang's backstory. See, this ship is sailing itself already. And also, Xie Lian is a sword enthusiast. We literally spent 5 minutes of the last episode learning how he has absolutely no issue with getting close and personal with sharp, maybe demonic pieces of metal, especially if they're cute. Quick disclaimer that this ship is strictly PG for me. I don't think any of us are ready for any enthusiasm beyond that point. I just know this exists. Fucking internet. Where was I? Right, it's been a little while since last time. I had to slow down a little to keep up with work and my mental health. So I spent the last couple of weeks being very social, resting a lot, playing video games. And my Discord server has been so great for me in that regard. It's just been so much fun hanging around with all these people who have similar interests to me without kind of feeling that expectation of needing to do something. I keep learning about new things every day, and there are so many talented people in the server who keep showing us their fandom contributions, their pet pictures. All the cats. There are dogs too. And sometimes creatures of the wild. So if you're in my server and you've been seeing me around, thank you guys so much for being my enthusiastic, encouraging enablers. But break apparently does not equal less TGCF for me. In fact, I am so overexposed in my real life situation here and so underexposed in new content that my brain has just taken everything I know and is starting to come up with new thoughts and new ideas, many of which I'd like to share with you, and many that are completely whack. What I'm trying to say is that today is not a long one, guys. Strap in, seatbelts on, we are about to take off. Like more than plot, I have so many characters that I want to talk about for like hours and hours. Some of them aren't even that relevant yet. And as a writer in fandom, I do like to kind of have my red threads kind of through my discussions as well. But trying to put a red thread through the discussion today has been a little challenging. So you know what? Fuck red threads. Here you go. Have a ball of yarn instead. So yeah, this is our very chaotic to-do list that might not make sense at some points, but put some trust in me. I think you'll enjoy this. Let's roll. We have a new character for the board and some new updates on some other characters that we need to get out of the way. among others for Xie Lian's adopted child number 2. Or 3? Honestly, it makes it so hard to keep count. A TGCF crash course in martial arts and geography. As in, I'm not holding the crash course, I'm requesting one. I am so confused. Huachang. Bold writing. Like I'm predicting that's gonna be most of our discussion today, actually. And completely out of left field, I also want to discuss this thematic thing that I think might be going on. Because I think it's very conspicuous that this story is setting us up with a water god and a water ghost who are both connected to ship sinking. So that's gonna come up. And of course, as always, we're making some time to do the mentions for my precious, precious followers and my predictions for the upcoming episode and perhaps the rest of the season. Yeah, I've got to clean up after myself. That was a fun joke to do, but cleanup's gonna take a couple of minutes. No! A knot. Fuck, why am I like this? Puffin, why are you like this? Was the payoff worth it? Was it? And done. But first off, I need to make a clarification regarding my last video and the theory I made. The triory, if you'd like. The 3-person problem. Mostly the comments I received were very positive, so I'm happy that no one seems to be too disappointed that that happened. Maybe it's not really that big of a deal. Maybe I'm the one making it out to be a big thing when really I should have known this all along, or it's going to be very obvious in a little bit. Yeah, I'm just happy that we're taking this as part of the journey. But I did receive a couple of questions that I just wanted to clarify for you. And one of them was why I didn't think of Qi Rong or Black Water when I was doing my little deduction. Because, you know, there's always a possibility that other characters have multiple identities. Fucking Pei Shui, it always comes back to him. So why weren't they part of the discussion? In the case of Blackwater, Blackwater was in the same category as Earthmaster. And Earthmaster is the only elemental master on the board, and that is the one thing we know about the Black-Robed Woman, is that she is an elemental master. So while Rainmaster is still a possibility, Earthmaster was the only elemental master on my tier list board. The comment specifically mentioned that they were in different tiers, and that was what was so fun about it. So that is why I excluded them. And I don't know much about Blackwater at all. Like, we have, 2-3 mentions now, but nothing much really. And despite only having those 3 mentions, I do have quite a few thoughts that I'll be sharing with you later in this video. So stay tuned for that. As for Qi Rong, we need to talk about Qi Rong. Where the fuck is Qi Rong? Right here. See, the thing is, we know things about Qi Rong. And one of the things we know about Qi Rong is that this guy is not about subtlety. I mean, hanging bodies from trees, consistently attacking other Ghost King territories. That one picture we have of them from season 1, episode 4. I never put them in the banishment corner for a reason. I just don't know what that reason is yet. They're begging for attention, and they have my attention. So what is the deal? You see, Huachang tells us that Ghost Kings, even, don't really talk much to each other. And lesser ghosts are below him. So, why does Huachang give so much fucking attention to Qi Rong? This is definitely someone he has beef with, but in a very, you're below me. Why the fuck do I have to bother? Why do you have to bother, Huachang? Why do you have to bother? I am really wondering what the fuck Qi Rong did to piss off Huachang so bad. Something along the same veins as those 33 heaven officials. 35 heaven officials. And with Fangxin and Cheng, we kind of guess that it has something to do with their past in Shanle. Might even have something to do with Xie Lian and their little breakup. The other 33 officials we don't know yet. And Qi Rong we especially don't know, but it's personal. So yeah, I didn't take Qi Rong into consideration because he's not a black-robed woman. And to backtrack a little bit to my theory, so I'm actually so doubtful. I desperately, badly want Xie Lian to be Fangxin because I want my observations and my intuition to be right. But there is this little doubt in me because the black-robed woman as Fangxin could also make sense. And if she is Fangxin and LYINGGGG notices when they rescue her, if she is indeed the missing official, I don't have any confirmation for any of this. But I'm more sure that she might be the missing official than she is Fangxin. But yeah, if she is and they meet, that would be such a fun reveal. I mean, not for them, depending on how evil Fangxin has been in the past. But again, Xie Lian was so sure in season 1 when he told us that none of these women are the state preceptor Fangxin. Okay, so I'm having a lot of trouble landing this one, guys. I need an answer and then an accompanying 10-page essay explaining why. Professor Puffin has given you your assignment. Chop chop, get to it. Anyway, next, I have a timeline and geography question. Xie Lian, on his first ascension, was a martial god. Of where exactly? Like, from everything we know that he must have been impressive enough to warrant being like one of the big martial gods of heaven. So where exactly would he have been the martial god of? 800 years ago, Shanda was a kingdom. Yong'an's LYINGGGG is at least 200 years old if we go by the timeline with Fangxin and the Banyue arc, so at least a couple of hundred or even 300-400 years old. And he is the martial god of the East. So would Xie Lian have been the martial god of the East? Because Fangxin and Muqing are the martial gods of the South, and they were from Shanda, and perceivably they were martial gods before LYINGGGG's ascension, right? These might actually be completely useless thoughts, but I have been thinking about them. Because martial gods have more power in the areas where they have their followers, and that is usually where they originate, right? I don't know, maybe I'm trying to make logic where there is none. Like, maybe Xie Lian wasn't a god for long enough to be assigned an area. Like, maybe there's a trial period, you need to have been a god for so and so many decades before we can assign you an area. Or if the emperor wanted him for like a special job position, maybe that's why he wasn't assigned an area. Well, until shit went down in Shanda anyway. I don't know if it's spoilerly to give me any information about this, but if you feel like it's fine, let me know. Next, we are going into board updates, and there are 2 characters in particular that needs this update. First up, adoptive child number 2 of the Chestnut Temple Orphanage for Traumatized Children, LYINGGGG. Yeah, Xie Lian's just been collecting them left and right. I think Pei Shaw should come and stay also. I mean, I don't know, I think that could be really sweet. Maybe a nice fanfiction idea? Or maybe I am spot on and he's actually gonna show up. Teehee. Anyway, LYINGGGG, previously our bandage boy. Gonna move him a little bit closer to this area, but we can't leave Bai Wuxian completely out of the loop because they are definitely involved in this. Yeah, this kiddo is just connected to a lot of things. We knew that he is connected to Bai Wuxian via the plague because he has the human face disease, or had it. We actually saw that he has cut off the faces from his face, which is apparently something they would do. They like would burn off the faces, I think Xie Lian mentioned. It's so grotesque. So if you don't do it, you die or whatever. Don't actually know how this plague works just yet. So the connection he has to Bai Wuxiang is that he has the disease. But we have just learned something new in the last episode. Bandage Kid is also connected to Yong'an. He says he is from there. And that's super interesting to me because now we have so many things happening in Yong'an. We have the state preceptor Fangxin, we have Lang Qingqiu, and now Bandage Kid. Would Lang Qingqiu know Bandage Kid or know of what might have happened there? I keep saying Bandage Kid, even though he has a name now, but we also know that's not his real name. There really might still be some hidden identity bullshit going on. Like, I have this vague theory that he is still more connected to Bai Wuxiang in all of this than previously thought maybe, I don't know. I feel like I've always felt like he's a little bit more than meets the eye. But aside from his connection to Yong'an, he is now being taken in by Xie Lian, who says that he will help him become himself again by letting him follow him in cultivation. So yeah, we might have started a little bit of an apprenticeship here. I just noticed that Xie Lian, Lang Ying, Bai Wuxiang, and Lang Qingqiu have a lot of similar color schemes to them, like the goldenish eyes and the lighter brown for their hair. Maybe again this is to show that they're all from the Central Plains area, but it also makes it so hard because I'm trying to play identity charades with all of them. Yeah, who knows, maybe Lang Ying is actually someone Lang Qingqiu might have known in the past. There's a huge mystery going on here with why the face disease was in Yong'an, because even Xie Lian seems surprised by that. Unless you've just forgotten about it. But I think when all of these people meet, we might understand a little bit more about what is going on here. I have nothing concrete to say about this, but just know that this is in the back of my mind constantly. Though I am also trying not to be too hung up on my own theories, because I know that there's not that much evidence to support all that shit. Trying to focus on what is there, trying to focus on what I actually do know. But next up for our board, it's him, the Waning Moon Officer, our pretty-eyed suspect. Of what? I don't know. But judging by your excitement when he showed up, I can already tell that he's popular, well known at least. Not your typical side character, there's something about him. I mean, the eyes kind of gave it away. Let's see, where do we put this guy? Probably somewhere close to Ghost City and Huachang, right? If I move Qi Rong over here for now, shuffle around a little bit. There we go. Now, the Waning Moon Officer is really interesting. Mostly because of one thing, his cursed shackle, which was important enough to warrant the episode to be named Ghost Binding Cursed Shackle. So it's definitely something they wanted us to notice. Because that means, as Xie Lian said, that he is likely a banished heaven official. He has a mask hiding his identity. From whom? Well, Huachang already told us that heaven officials sometimes come to Ghost City. So if this guy indeed is a heaven official who was banished, then of course he would hide his face. What if someone he knows shows up? So yeah, the Waning Moon Officer seems to be working for Huachang. The question is he loyal to Huachang? We know that he must have been following Xie Lian around in the beginning of the episode because he stepped in the moment he got in trouble. And that was probably on Huachang's order, I'm guessing. He's the one who goes to fetch Bandage Boy, also on Huachang's request. But later on, we see him maybe leading Xie Lian towards the secret room. I say maybe because it's not clear to me whether he knows Xie Lian is following him or not, but I'm suspicious that maybe he does know. So the question is then, why? Is it for personal reasons? Because if he is a heaven official, maybe he still has some sort of secret loyalties to heaven that Huachang is not aware of? It's hard to imagine though that he'd be so easily tricked, but then again, Windmaster has just infiltrated his manor. Like maybe he even is someone who knows Xie Lian and he's actually doing things because he's loyal to Xie Lian in a sense. Or he's doing all that on Hua Chang's command. Maybe Hua Chang is inadvertently trying to help Xie Lian by showing him these things, by letting him discover things. But this is super convoluted. I'm just waiting for this to be resolved so I'll know. This is where you can tell that I've been thinking about this way too much, when I could have just, watched the next episode and I'd probably know. But yeah, he is a character that we will be keeping our eye on. And this whole thing about the secret room leads me to my predictions for the upcoming episode. The episode is named Secret Chamber. So yeah, we're gonna have to get inside. And Xie Lian will need help. Windmaster is there. I think they're gonna meet up in Paradise Manor and start maybe exploring things together. But will that be enough? With Xie Lian's shit luck, that seems to transfer to people around him as well. Either that means he'll need Hua Chang's help to do a little bit of dice shaking, or he needs to stay as far away from that door as possible so that Windmaster can deal with it. Still, it's 1 in 36 chances to roll those double sixes. So I think that maybe Hua Chang's help is needed after all. But we are getting in one way or another. That is my prediction. And I'm more and more sure that whatever we will find inside, at first glance, it won't make Hua Chang look very good. Unfortunate, since he just spent a whole episode trying to look good for Xie Lian in every possible way. It's time to talk Hua Chang. Hua Chang is the meat of the story right now. We've spent basically 2 episodes learning more about him, discovering new things about Hua Chang, Crimson Rain Saltflower, the Ghost King, and then reconciling what we learn with the Sun Long that we already know. In Season 1, the discussion has mostly revolved around discussions of Hua Chang's affection. That is a topic we are pretty sure of by now, both by the little conversations they had through Season 1, the little scenes where he shows his sincerity, and the flashbacks that we've seen. So taking into account the first 3 episodes of this season, for today's character analysis we will be looking into Hua Chang's relationship with opulence, power, and sentimentalism. Let's start with the topic of opulence. From our first introduction to Hua Chang in this season, it becomes pretty obvious that everything about Crimson Rain Swordflower is extravagant. His gambling hall is lavish, Paradise Manor is full of dancers and performers and servants. There is food, there is finery, there's entertainment. There is a whole ass armory full of priceless weapons. But for what reason? This is one of the topics I started talking about in my study session video for the previous episode. So a lot of the comments I received have been very informative, and I've tried to take a few of those perspectives into this discussion as well. I've condensed my own thoughts and what you guys have been discussing with me into 3 possible theories, all of which could be true at the same time. Number 1. He is showing off specifically to Xie Lian. The Xie Lian that Hua Chang first met was a crown prince of a pretty prosperous kingdom, it seems. Someone who was very used to extravagance, to opulence. After all, he spent his childhood playing with gold foil. So in one sense, Hua Chang inviting Xie Lian to come to Paradise Manor and to see all of this. In a way, it could be Hua Chang saying, look, this is what I have to offer. If you conceivably wanted to go back to living as a crown prince, I could give you that lifestyle back. This is in line with the construction of the Sunlang persona. I theorized and also got comments supporting the theory that Sunlang, being so knowledgeable about so many things, is really all about Hua Chang having spent all these years all these centuries, making himself into something new, useful, into someone who could support a god. So him acquiring wealth and riches could just be a step in his 800-step program for becoming the person Xie Lian can rely on the most. An advisor and a piggy bank. That he's really hot at this point is just a bonus. Another reason why opulence is so obvious in Hua Chang's life could be that he's creating an image for others. Opulence and fineries create a veneer of power. Money makes the world go around, even in the ghost realm apparently. So yeah, he might be doing this because he needs to present himself in a certain way in order to maintain the respect and the power over the city that he is managing, again, for some reason. We're getting into it. So he could be showing off to Xie Lian, he could be showing off to others, and the secret third option, maybe he likes it. See, Hua Chang, when we first see him as a child, was obviously not very well off. Not materialistically, and probably not emotionally either. Like, very lonely, orphan, street rat stereotype. And then meeting Xie Lian, who becomes everything to him, who is this crown prince who has everything he could wish for in the world. Like, we could tie this back to Xie Lian again. An interest in the finer things developed because he's in love with the crown prince. But it could also be innately because he never had this. And now he will never go without anything that he could possibly desire of materialistic value. He can have all the chains, he can have all the gold foiled palaces, he can have all the fineries. And he's doing it because it feels good. And again, all these three can exist at once. Quick mention again to the gold foil palace. That is a scene that I would love to revisit once I've finished TGCF, because I'm sure I'll have different perspectives on it. But I got some really cool comments and I just want to mention again some of the things that I noticed. Xie Lian in the subtitles says that he loved gatherings and hated separations. As we see in his little tantrum, he was a kid who craved permanence. The whole point of the gold foil palaces is that you need to be really careful to build them, right? If you make a mistake, they're gonna come tumbling down. So building them needs patience for one, but even after you finish it, you'd have to tear it down to build a new one anyway. Kind of like a puzzle where the joy comes from puzzling them together. But in the end, you do take them apart. But Xie Lian really hated that. He was the kind of person who would glue together all the puzzle pieces. Finish it, frame it, put it on the wall. The process of puzzling is just part of the path to permanence. Someone also mentioned that maybe that is why he craved godhood as well. Because gods are more or less permanent. And the sad irony of that is that the boy who just wanted his gold foil palaces to never fall apart lost his entire kingdom. Now, what is Hua Chang's part of this metaphor? Because the first thing we see him do is tear it all down. The comments section has spoken. He did that because he is cat. I'm actually very happy with that conclusion. But to add some additional thoughts in, Xie Lian sees this as a symbol of patience before Hua Chang tears it down, and after that we don't know what Xie Lian thinks about it. But it can still be interpreted as a symbol of patience. Hua Chang is not afraid of separating the gold foil, and he is not afraid to redo it. He could indeed have been building gold foil palaces for 800 years while waiting for Xie Lian to show up again. Or his tearing down the gold foil palace that he has so patiently been building could be a metaphor for him throwing all that away now that Xie Lian is here. Because Xie Lian is his ultimate goal. It doesn't matter if he spent hours and hours on that gold foil palace, because Xie Lian is now in his house. Okay, moving on from opulence, let's look at Hua Chang's relationship to power. Because we see in the previous episode that he has a philosophy and intensity around power that we're not sure Xie Lian quite agrees with yet, and could be a source of conflict moving forward, which makes this part so interesting to me. Okay, in regards of Huachang and power, I want to look at Huachang's need for power and his want for power. His need for power is connected to why does Huachang exist? We already discovered that in season 1, or reasoned our way into it. Huachang exists because of and for Xie Lian. If Huachang's goal is to be useful to Xie Lian, to protect Xie Lian, to be for Xie Lian, then yes, he would need power. He would need the power to find him, and now that he has, he will need the power to be what Xie Lian wants and needs. So there is a definite need for power in Huachang's case. But what about want? See, Huachang has experienced being powerless. When he first meets Xie Lian, he is a very powerless, poor child. We also, in the flashbacks for season 1 in episode 1 and 12, see Huachang powerless even afterwards. He is a young mortal person who seems to have been there during the fall of Shanle, looking at Xie Lian and unable to do anything to stop it or help him. And again, we don't know how Huachang died just yet. I theorize that he died in the fall of Shanle. Could be right, could be wrong, we don't know that yet. But he never had the opportunity to be the strong young man that Xie Lian was, with the training and everything, as a crown prince who apparently had really good skills in cultivation. Again, still learning what cultivation really means, but harnessing his spirit, soul, powers, spiritual energy. So yeah, conceivably, Huachang died a powerless mortal person. So having experienced being at the very, very bottom of the ladder, then yes, he could conceivably have a want to climb to the top. Again, I think this want is connected to Xie Lian as well, but he probably does have some satisfaction in being the top dog here. Like, I am pretty convinced that he probably does take pleasure in giving a beating to someone who he feels has wronged him. And that is something we see also in the philosophy that he tells Xie Lian in episode 3. Specifically in the quote that if the heaven officials who are visiting Ghost City in disguise behave, that's fine. But if they misbehave, even better, I can end them. Or in the subs, I can deal with them. Like, there is definitely a little bit of pleasure to be had in the execution of power. But the discussion about Huachang's relationship with power is interesting because it reveals to us that Huachang has limits. Because while Huachang is a ghost king and quite powerful at that, like just with his spiritual ghost magic stuff, while he has all that, Huachang is not omnipotent. In order to achieve what he wants, power is necessary. Power through wealth and over others, which is why he is running Ghost City. Huachang can't magically make riches appear out of thin air. Or maybe he can, but not to the amounts that he needs. And he certainly can't just magically appear Xie Lian. Because if he could, he would not have been looking for him for hundreds of years. Resources is needed, and power is therefore needed. And Huachang's goal with the power in the end is to protect and to serve. And to round off the discussion of these two first themes, opulence and power, I think Huachang's relationship to them is super interesting, and it is what puts him apart from your typical romantic male lead who is in a powerful and wealthy position. Mostly when you encounter leads like that in romances, they're wealthy for the sake of being wealthy. Like, the trope is that the main character's love interest is someone who will take care of them, and that is usually their dream situation because they are in a financial conundrum, you know? So giving Hua Chang's power and wealth a reason, a narrative, makes it a lot more intriguing and interesting, in my opinion. Okay, so let's dive into the third item on our list. Hua Chang's relationship with sentimentalism. Because even after all this talk of materialism, the core of Hua Chang as a character is still his love. And he says it best in this episode. 1,000 paradise manners cannot compare to a home. And in fact, this sentimentalism is the trait that seems to be most attractive to Xie Lian. Like, despite all of their current differences in status and power, their mutual want for a home, the lack of a place to belong, that's a theme in of itself. It creates this mutual understanding of loneliness. And that is what brings Xie Lian to keep inviting Hua Chang to come back to the Chestnut Temple after his confession. Because the value of home trumps all else if need be. We're not crying, we're not crying, we're not crying. It's only 11 a.m. We are not crying today. So, even if Hua Chang enjoys his position and enjoys the power that comes with it, he says very clearly that he would lose it all for Xie Lian. Following through on our reasoning from season 1, he exists for Xie Lian, and where Xie Lian is feels like home. So, we agree that Hua Chang's favorite Disney movie is Beauty and the Beast, right? I bet you he burst out crying like 10 times while watching that movie. Because another scene that embodies Hua Chang's sentimentalism is indeed the the armory scene, where he gifts Xie Lian an entire room full of priceless weapons. Xie Lian's favorite things. We learn in the scene that Xie Lian had an army like that when he was a prince that he lost, and now he is gifted a new one. And I'm sure that Hua Chang knows that. Knows that Xie Lian likes weapons and that this armory would make him very happy, even if he is struggling to accept the gift for what it is. That was such a fun scene, by the way. Even the aftermath when they transition into the next scene and Xie Lian is just so happy to have been able to talk and nerd out about swords with someone. It's so good. As a side note, what are the other TGCF characters' favorite Disney Pixar animated movie, mainly intended for a child audience? No reasoning or spoilers. Just drop your picks in the comments. I'd love to see it. But we are not done, because Hua Chang's sentimentalism is why the dub works so well for me. I know, I'm still dragging this up, beating this dead horse through the ground. Because we've been talking about how there has been a whole lot of differences in the performance, yes. But I had to stop and try and analyze why these differences don't really bother me at all. And also why I've been partial to the dub in certain areas, other than the humor, which I feel translates really well in certain scenes. Like, yes, episode 2 and the dice scene gets brought up a lot, but these scenes don't exist in a vacuum. Because if it did, then yes, the scene could be very, very over the top. And I am sure that they were about to give behind the curtain a whole new meaning. But we have gotten to know Hua Chang before this scene and after this scene. He has been with us as San Lang for a whole season before. And there are 2 scenes in particular, like these 2 scenes are standout moments to me in the English dub. And I think they have really influenced my perspective. Like, there's definitely been more, especially in season 2, episode 3. But let's have a quick look at this scene from season 1, episode 5, and the other scene from season 1, episode 12.
Maybe your good luck rubbed off on me. Sanlang, I appreciate it.
If that's the case, please take it all. I mean it. I'm always sincere with you. I swear with all my heart.
When I first saw the scene in episode 5, that blew me away. That convinced me. That was the scene that convinced me that I could trust Hua Chang. No, but seriously, these scenes, they really emphasize a vulnerability in Hua Chang. A sincerity that makes all the overtly sort of teasing in all the other scenes, in the rest of season 1 and in season 2, like all that dialogue, it gives it a different sort of context. Ever since episode 5, Hua Chang to me has come across as someone who is hiding, who is constantly afraid that Xie Lian will reject his most sincere intents. And conversations like the one about home in episode 3 emphasizes this to me again. I am not trying to convince everyone that the dub is amazing. I completely understand people who have watched the Mandarin version first and that they will find any differences, like the performance of Hua Chang, very pronounced. But I think familiarity also has something to do with that. To me, I am experiencing the dub first and then the subbed version, and more or less back to back, and going in kind of with the awareness that the sub version is probably very close to the initial intent. But in the end, I can't even really make arguments for character interpretation before I've actually read the source material. So these are just uninformed thoughts for now. Take them all with so much salt. Lots and lots and lots of it. I guess my whole point in this divergence was that Hua Chang's sentimentalism is the most personal of the aspects that we are learning about him in these episodes. His relationship to power and opulence forms the setting and creates tension and are really important for a variety of reasons. But what we're really looking for is Xie Lian's impression of all this. And the sentimental Hua Chang who longs for a home does win out? Question mark. Because Xie Lian, for all that he entrusted Sanlang with his weakest, most embarrassing moments in season 1, who confesses to Sanlang how foolish he felt as a newly ascended god who told someone else to make him the reason to live. That Xie Lian is lying. So that actually surprised me, but this uncertainty that Xie Lian is kind of expressing through lying to Hua Chang could be a source of conflict, and I'm eager to see it play out. Because at the same time, Xie Lian tells Hua Chang when we are in the armory, the whole Erming scene, he says, rumors are best not believed by everyone. So it seems that even Xie Lian has a little bit of like a conflict within him of how much to really trust Hua Chang. He is more cautious in his reunion with Hua Chang, but at the same time, he seems to trust his intuition. And now that we might be discovering Hua Chang's actual involvement with this mission that Xie Lian is on, I'm seriously looking forward to seeing how episode 4 will play out. And shit, this was the perfect segue into episode 4. But I have another thing that I've been dying to talk about, and I just haven't had an opportunity to mention it yet. So instead of waiting for the opportunity to come when one of these characters are mentioned again in the show, I'm just gonna let it out now. Let's talk elemental masters. Because like the martial gods, they seem to be quite powerful and very important. The masters of thunder, rain, earth, wind, and water. So let's start with the brothers. The Wind Master and Shi Wudu, the Water Master. The Wind Master, who is righteous and well-meaning and a fun person to be around. Also Team Xie Lian, which is like plus 1,000 points. And the Water Master, all we know about him is that he is also called the Water Tyrant. So I have already theorized that Wind Master will have some sort of character arc, unless they have already had one that we will be exploring through flashbacks. Like they will meet some sort of obstacle that will challenge their sense of justice. And I am getting more and more sure that a key player for this role could be the brother. Shi Qingxuan was very quick to give his thoughts about Pei Ming's behavior in trying to throw Ban Yue under the bus during the whole court hearing. But what about his own brother? They seem to have done everything together. They ascended together. And our first clue about the Water Master, like ever, is his tyrant ways. And we already know that he has a thematic parallel in this story. We have a water god and a water ghost king. And that's a little bit conspicuous. I have been thinking about this for a while. And well, I can't help but feel like this parallel is going to go somewhere. We're in wild theory space right now, by the way. This sleuthing is as corkboardy as it gets. Let's start with a probable setting. Volume 3. Here it is. The Titanic AU. Yeah, it's what I called it in my head. So here we have Jack and Rose. Here we have Hualien underwater, which gives us the idea that there might be a water theme coming up somewhere in the story. I'll put these back now. And so it is very likely that our water ghost and our water god might be involved. The first thing that they have in common in this thematic parallel of this is their ship sinking, their favorite water-related pastime. Like, I'm actually hoping that there will be like a really huge god versus ghost king level fight between the two. Why this would have to occur? I don't know, like there would have to exist some beef between them, or some beef would have to come up. Like maybe Blackwater would start sinking ships. We don't actually have evidence that he's done that yet. But if Blackwater maybe sank ships that already paid tributes to the Water Master, like that could really damage the Water Master's reputation. Or maybe even Sherwood has been sinking ships that already paid tribute in order to make humans pay even more tributes to him, or something like that. Something very dark business, Wall Street shit. Fear-mongering for profit. Maybe they're even collaborating on that. Which leads me into my second and even crazier theory, which kind of originates in these comments I'm getting that are like, are you sure about this? There could be other people with other identities. What if Blackwater has another secret identity? And what if that is Sherwood? Yeah, no, I don't know at this point, it's just that comment really got me thinking. Because of all this, I'll be constantly playing identity charades while watching this show. You guys have me so suspicious. I'm still leaving Blackwater in the corner, he just needed a new piece of tape because he keeps escaping. He doesn't want to be here. Okay, no more wild speculation. This little speculation was actually not new to some of you. Yeah, my coffee supporters get access to extra channels in the Discord server. And I talked a little bit about this theory in there. Completely unplanned, by the way. Sometimes it just happens. If there are any official or even semi-official updates, they will be in channels where everyone can see them. And I will still post on YouTube in the community board. But yeah, that is the perk my supporters get. In addition to the preview videos that they get before these full-length reactions are released. And of course, they still get their physical mentions and notes up on the coffee corkboard. Just to remind us all that they are part of the reason why corkboardism has blossomed and expanded to almost 1,000 followers. Yeah. 1,000 subscribers, almost? Wow. Holy shit. I haven't really celebrated any milestones thus far, but this one is pretty significant, I feel. 1,000 TGCF fans? That's insane. Like, what do we do? I'll try to think of something. I might even ask you guys for suggestions. Like, what would you want to see as a 1,000 subscribers sort of celebration? But anyway, let's do mentions. Hello, boards. Yeah, this little board is about to get even prettier. Let's do it. Let's say hello to Phaeton, who is a new supporter. Thank you so much for your generosity. You will also be receiving this flower today. Welcome to the Corkboard Temple. Toasted Toad came back with a donation. I'll be putting up a heart pin by your name. Thank you so much for your coffee. As did the lovely Misfortunes, D. I thought this was quite funny because we were just talking while I was editing the last video and Dee decided to make me a coffee and then sent me one. That was really cute. Thank you so much. It was warm and it gave me energy. What more could I ask for? Thank you to Mel Tickled Pink. And I wonder if this is actually a repeat of another offering I might have gotten, because I've seen you around the Discord server for a while now as a devotee member. So let me know if there might have been another donation on another account or something. Thank you so much for your donation, Dean Catcher. You have received this flower pin today to go up by your name. Shori, thank you so much for coming back with another donation. I am adding some hearts to your name today, and I hope you're doing well. Big thank you to Maru, who came back a few times this week. You'll be receiving both a bigger name tag and this little guardian to go with it. And Iwana, thank you so much for returning with another donation. I'll be adding a heart to your name tag as well. Thank you so much. Another shout out to Mage. Thank you so much for coming back with another donation. I'm adding a heart pin to your name. And Misty, thank you so much for coming back and for being so generous with me. I'm so glad you're enjoying these videos. You'll be receiving an upgraded, more powerful guardian today. Let's see if he actually shows up on this camera. I think my camera is on like face focus. There he is. So he's going up by your name today. Thank you so much for being with me for so long. SJ, I have seriously no idea what else to do with you. I am just so grateful for all your support. I'll start by adding some hearts to your name, like you already don't have a million of them. Gosh. And two more retinues who deserve the world are the lovely Melody Aria and also Rennie. You guys keep coming back and supporting me, and you've ended up being some of my biggest supporters. So you will be receiving the white flowers that I'll be putting up next to your name. Thank you so much for deciding that this is where you want to spend your hard-earned money. Your donations mean the world to me, and your kind messages even more so. And that's it for this time. This is our updated board. It's getting a little crowded, but guess what? I always have ways to make space for any new contributors who want to join the Corkboard Temple. And yes, there are a few perks, but again, all your lovely messages and the comments that you leave for me on these videos are really what spurs me to go on. I love this show dearly, which is why I ended up taking a little bit of a break to have the capacity to continue doing this reaction series. But the feedback and the validation and getting to see you guys enjoy the show all over again and anticipating me getting to experience it for the first time, that's what makes this such a fun channel to run. It has become my new hobby, and I have discovered so many new interests thanks to this. And I honestly can't wait to see how 2025 is going to turn out for me fandom-wise. This is great. So thank you so much. You guys are the greatest. And now, we're ready. We're done with all the discussions that I wanted to do, and we are ready to experience for the first time Heaven Official's Blessing Season 2 Episode 4, The Secret Chamber. Let's roll. Skip intro immediately. I have this little skip intro button on the screen. We're going straight into the intro for a 23-minute episode. Okay, we're ready. Let's do it. This part, I want to just study it a little bit. Like the first part of this mask, I just realized that you can see Bai Wuxiang's little image on my corkboard right in that area. That was not intentional, by the way. But the first part of this mask does give a little bit of Bai Wuxiang vibes, but the eyes are different. And then this happens. I vaguely thought that maybe this was the Waning Moon Officer's mask, but it is different. No? A little bit, like the teeth are more stylized and whatever's happening on the forehead is very stylized, but it actually looks like that could be it. It looks really similar to the mask style on the Waning Moon Officer, just without the stylized parts. Could he have a bigger part in this story than the mysterious side character that we will discover eventually? Like he is in the opening. Is he in the opening? That's like next level side character. Holy shit. Have I discovered something here? This is completely out of left field, but I was just looking at the green themes on this mask. Is Waning... No, wait, come on. He is a Heaven Official. He can't be a ghost. Can he? Can he? Is Waning Moon Officer Qi Rong? I'm going insane. I need to stop. There is no fucking evidence for this. This character could be the Waning Moon Officer, and I only say that because the mask is similar. No conclusions yet. Let's keep rolling. The sword with the blood, the tear, everything. God, I love this opening so much. Okay, let's do it. Just a public service announcement before we head into this. If you sometimes notice that I'm lagging a bit, even though the recording of the episode isn't, that is because I have a new camera. It's a really cute little web camera, and it's really nice. It has decent quality and really cool zooming functions, and I can adjust lighting pretty good even with my yellow light at night. However, my laptop is struggling to handle this extra software and hardware being plugged into it. So if you see that the recording is sometimes a little bit lagging, especially the recording of me, it's because my laptop is not built to handle this. I am putting aside money to save up for a computer that can hopefully help me make smoother recordings and help the editing process be quicker. It's a bit slow moving because I have fallen into new fandoms and have a desperate need for merchandise. But it's alright, I'm making do. I'm already almost halfway to my saving goal, so we're making it work. Hopefully by the summer, I'll be able to do all of this a lot more efficiently and a lot quicker. Anyway, let's continue.
Xie Lian, a drink?
Yeah, where we left off. Hello, darling. Huazhang is so offended that the drink he has offered to Xie Lian would do that.
Xie Lian, was it not to your taste?
It's good. It's just, I can't drink. My cultivation path forbids it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I had not considered that.
Oh, it's my fault.
He is genuinely so sad about that.
I'd always thought cultivation was about enjoying life's pleasures. But if it's all about abstention, what's the point?
That is Windmaster.
What do you think?
Huh.
Well, some sects allow indulgences, and permitted some, save for drink and licentious acts, hatred as well. Take gambling, for instance. The constant sway of extreme emotions it fosters can easily produce hatred. However, if one can keep calm, stay balanced, it's fine for them to do.
So
Huh.
that's why you asked to play. I'd been wondering.
It's just, I can't drink. My cultivation path forbids it.
I'd always thought cultivation was about enjoying life's pleasures. But if it's all about abstention...
I'm permitted some, save for drink and licentious acts, hatred as well.
Hatred?
Okay, we are learning a little bit more about Xie Lian and his cultivation path. He says sect, so I'm guessing that's like different ways of cultivating follow different sects, secular things. One of the things he can't do apparently is drink. We've seen him have a sip, so that's apparently fine, but maybe like the overindulgence is where the line goes. Licentious acts and hatred. Licentious. Adjective. Promiscuous and unprincipled in sexual matters. So promiscuous sexual conduct? I've seen comments mention that chastity is part of his cultivation. Wow, that is really too bad for the rest of the world. Hey, Xie Lian. Licentious acts and hatred. So is that why he has kind of this sort of calm, neutral sort of approach to everything? I don't know, I just thought this is really interesting because we haven't really talked a lot about what cultivation is yet in this show. And it seems like there are certain rules to follow, especially for this path of cultivation. This way he has been training, I'm guessing. Let's listen on. I think this conversation is super interesting, especially Sanlang's comment about cultivation, as it seems like his impression is that it's about enjoying life and not be limited by stifling rules.
Take gambling, for instance. The constant sway of extreme emotions it fosters can easily produce hatred. However, if one can keep calm, stay balanced, it's fine for them to do.
Huh.
So that's why you asked to play.
Okay, we're getting into the gambling scene again, but also gambling is fine as long as you don't give into these extreme feelings. So Xie Lian's path is about abstaining from extreme feelings, in a sense. Let's have a look where this conversation is going to go. They are so cute, by the way. I love it when they talk together. They could be talking about the fucking weather and I'd be hanging on to every fucking word.
Your gambling technique, it's truly incredible.
Not really. I'm just lucky.
Enough, Sanla. Please stop teasing me.
Why is it you always think that? There's a trick to it, but it's not something you learn in a day. Unless you know the secret. I could show you.
You would do that?
Give me your hand. That's it. Now roll the dice.
This is how we open the door! This is how we open the door!
What did you do?
Just shared a bit of my luck with you is all. So the next time you have an inkling to gamble, come to me first. Whatever you need, it's yours. Your opponent will need centuries to recover.
Oh my god.
These dice, keep them, unless you'd rather not.
You know shit is real when they come in with this fucking piano music. I have to watch that again, but basically what we're seeing here is this is the method. This is how we're getting through the door. Xie Lian is gonna get some luck from Hua Chang, and that is how he's gonna open the door. And yes, you are going to be accepting these dice and you're gonna take them with you. Is Hua Chang actually trying to help him get through the door? Like he is giving him the pathway, the key, everything. Like I feel like he might have, like he's a smart lad. He might have guessed what Xie Lian is trying to do and he might really be trying to help him see this, but why wouldn't you just tell him directly, show him directly? I am a bit confused, I have to admit. But then again, Hua Chang, unlike Ming again, has always been the kind to beat around the bush. You gotta stop.
As for these dice, keep them, unless you'd rather not.
No, I'll take them. It'd be rude not to, right?
Oh my god. Just again. This happened in the last episode as well, but Hua Chang constantly backtracks whenever he makes an offer of something. I don't know if it was as obvious to me in the Chinese version, I should have paid more attention to it, but he constantly gives room to Xie Lian to make his own decisions or to refuse him by saying things like that. Sure, I'll come to the Chestnut Temple unless you get tired of me. Here, please have these dice. Unless you'd rather not. And then just the way he's averting his gaze as well. Again, this is a man who is constantly fearing rejection for every single thing he's doing. Like, he wants to be good for Xie Lian so bad. Why am I so into this?
A few more rounds?
Yes.
You can rest here. You did have a long day today.
And now you're planning to go.
Will you ever stop spoiling me? Hope this has nothing to do with you. Once we find the truth, I'll explain everything and apologize.
Okay, whew.
Windmaster?
It's Windmaster.
Hurry, let me in.
Oh gosh, I keep pausing. We're only like 5 minutes into this, but yeah. Whew. Once we're done with this, I will explain everything to him. So Xie Lian is very aware that he is lying, but with the intent of hopefully redeeming himself. Yeah, this is the interesting part for me.
Senlan, will you ever stop spoiling me? Hope this has nothing to do with you. Once we find the truth, I'll explain everything and apologize.
Because he suspects that it might have something to do with him. He's hoping not.
Let me in. I'm dying. I can't breathe.
Finally! This damn thing nearly killed me!
About that, just change into your old robes.
Because I'm not stupid! Conspicuous white robes against the black of night! Do you want us to get caught?
While he makes a good point, his current attire is just as bad. Didn't I say to meet up again after 3 days?
Details. I heard you'd been sent off to Paradise Manor. I was worried about you, so I went to work to get myself in here. Face painted, waist cinched, and I stole clothes. Never have I been forced to make such
You clearly were having fun the whole time.
Yes, you clearly were having fun. You clearly were having fun the whole time. Oh my god. Yeah, where is Prince Taiwan? Let's go back a little bit and just like listen.
I assume Prince Taiwan is in hiding.
He's fine. I pulled rank so he'll keep his nose clean. Hey, you sneak. You told me you were unlucky.
Huh? I am, though.
Come on. Shen Shou and I have been having a rough go of it since we got here. You, on the other hand, have been living it up with the owner of this salacious city. I mean, he called you his honored guest in front of everyone.
Just once.
Don't you play that game with me. I bet you've forgotten all about the mission.
Excuse me, I haven't.
Uh-huh.
Searching the manor.
Was that before or after your little dice game with our most gracious host?
No, it wasn't like that at all. We were just talking. There's a room I think we should investigate.
Yeah, don't worry, Windmaster.
We need luck to get in.
Xie Lian's been on it.
Which you have?
I do. I borrowed some.
Wow, Hua Cheng really did share his luck. Don't feel bad for using it. It was a gift, right? Plus, you being here's a bit unfair. I'd have said no.
You don't understand Junwoo. If he had a choice, he wouldn't have asked. Regardless, the distress signal was sent a week ago.
Plus, you being here's a bit unfair. I'd have said no.
You don't understand Junwoo. If he had a choice, he wouldn't have asked.
That's an interesting thought. Okay. This shows us a little bit of Xie Lian's perspective on this mission to begin with. Like, he feels that he is being asked because the Emperor feels like he doesn't have a choice. Like, this situation is more desperate than we think, in a sense. I don't know, just noting that down, that was an interesting thought. I didn't expect a thought like that to pop up.
The distress signal was sent a week ago, and Hua Cheng left around the same time.
Here we go.
By the way, was there an official who was banished not long ago?
Well, yeah. You were.
Besides me.
Why so curious?
There's someone, a messenger for Paradise Manor called the Waning Moon Officer. I noticed he had a cursed shackle on his wrist.
What? Are you sure?
I am. Most likely, he was an official from the Heavenly Court.
And Hua Cheng hired him? Could he be more arrogant?
Not necessarily. official was demoted, so what he does next is up to him. He may be involved in this somehow. I was hoping that you might know him.
There was a martial god of the West who was demoted not too long ago. It caused quite a stir at the time.
Okay, Waning Moon official officer. Martial god of the West who was demoted. The current martial god of the West is Yi Zhen, who probably took over after... If the Waning Moon officer is that martial god of the West, previous martial god of the West. And if it wasn't even that long ago, then that makes sense why Pei Ming would think that this is an easy position to keep rolling, so to speak. Let's see what more he has to say. This is interesting.
It caused quite a stir at the time.
The martial god of the West. Isn't that Qi Zhen?
However, I doubt that he's your former
Chair Yi
official.
Zhen?
Why is that?
Let's just say, given his background, it'd be very weird if he was.
So he doubts that it is this official. Given his background, what? The way this is set up, it might really be that this Waning Moon officer is that martial god of the West. Like, they wouldn't have set this up if that wasn't relevant somehow. Super interesting. A martial god of the West. Demoted turned official in Ghost City, working for Crimson Rainsalt Flower. But hey, if he's a martial god, that's good. That means he's very capable, right? And that he'd know quite a bit about heaven and the heavenly court. So it would make sense for Hua Cheng to want to hire him. We have met a wall, both in this conversation, because there's nothing else to say, and let's keep watching.
A dead end? No, that can't be right. What's going on?
There has to be something that we're missing. No one just builds a passage like this. Windmaster, over here, look at these tiles.
They remind me of the dice tray at the entrance. I guess we roll again?
Alright.
Yes, we don't know the combination.
Come too far to let a dumb lock stop us. I say that we chance it.
Still.
It might be best if you did it.
That's 21 rooms, Xie Lian. Oh no. Oh no, 7? 7, okay. 7 is the most common combination you can get.
The pattern's changed.
Snake, worm,
Earthworm?
earthworm.
Mage? Either one. I've seen plenty of both.
That just makes your life sound sad.
Oh no, this is a maze. It's all traps. Every room that is not the correct one is a trap. And there are gonna be giant earthworms here, oh my god.
At least it's soft.
That shocked me.
What is the point of digging a tunnel that won't even let you stand up straight?
You don't need to stand up
Do you
straight
think I made a bad roll?
if you're an earthworm.
Up here.
There has to be a way out of here.
Like, they wouldn't be stuck here. Maybe there's a place where you can roll again, like a teleportation point. Ooh, love the little skulls everywhere. Oh, fun. This is not what Windmaster thought he would be doing today.
Okay, really? This is awful. It's damp, gloomy, and full of dead things.
Told ya. Here they come.
Windmaster, I think we should pick up the pace.
You think? Here we go. It's the Dune episode.
Any ideas? Because I've got nothing. The tunnel's too small. My winds would just kill us too.
Can you lend me some power and make your palm torch bigger?
On it.
Alright. Xie Lian's so clever. We're running out.
Watch your flames. Our air is limited. Torches won't last. Be careful.
Ah,
Don't pass out.
the air.
This heat is killing me. Let's just teleport.
We'll need to find some flat ground first.
Yes, exactly. Throw the dice.
Quick, roll the dice. Do it now.
With my luck, we'd end up in an even
No.
worse situation.
You have the luck. You have the luck. Hua Cheng has given it to him. Xie Lian has to be the one to roll. Another 7. It worked, but it's not going to be the right one. Gosh darn it.
Windmaster, where are you?
Oh, just hanging around. I gotta say, Your Highness, I think we're gonna be great friends. I mean that with all sincerity. That being said, I'm not sure I'll survive working with you.
At least I think Xie Lian appreciates the sincerity.
that an exit?
Find the next tile and Xie Lian. You have the luck. You have to roll this time.
This is not Ghost City.
Jungle area, okay.
The tiles must be some kind of long-distance teleportation array. The numbers we throw are all potential locations we could be sent.
Teleporting once is hard. It takes so much power.
So are these actual
He needs to
places?
do it whenever he wants. Then he leaves it as a trap for spies and thieves. A ploy that shows how cunning he is and the vastness of his power.
Is cunning the right word? It feels harsh. Why not mischievous?
You're so cute, Xie Lian. Just sent out into the jungle with these people.
Wait, Windmaster. Please, calm down. Don't hurt them.
They're just random people, come on. You're the ones trespassing.
My brother told me stories about spirits deep in the southern mountains who eat human flesh.
Spirits? Oh, I thought they were human.
Officials to get beaten up by a group of mortals.
They are human, come on, they're just human.
To the mortal realm.
We can't use our power to suppress mortals or meddle in their affairs without authorization, I know!
Okay. Oh no! They got his cheek. Oh no. Oh no.
I understand that you have no idea who I am, so I'll forgive you for not getting on your knees.
Windmaster?
But
You can't do that. Stop.
masses with my face!
Windmaster. They're fine.
I had no choice.
They're fine.
I acted in self-defense.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Even my brother wouldn't dare.
Oh no.
You know, I've had my share of bad days, same as anyone, but I have never had one like this.
Master, I'm sorry. I've brought you bad luck.
You think that? Don't be absurd. One man can't sway the Windmaster's luck. Now then, where's that tile?
Okay, all the comedy aside, I have so much heart for the Windmaster. Their sincerity and their directness is probably very refreshing to Xie Lian. Xie Lian's experience with heaven is mostly all these rules and the decorum that heavenly officials have to abide by. And having a heaven official who, for one, is doing very well for themselves, pretty high up in the hierarchy of heaven, but who is also so real. Like, I think Windmaster is right when he says he is sure they are going to be great friends. Even in the face of Xie Lian's bad luck, which we've been led to believe does rub off on others. Like, he is super sorry for this whole situation. He really thinks that he is the reason why all of this is happening. Right now, I really don't think that's it though. Like, Sanlan gave you his luck. You're supposed to roll the fucking dice, Xie Lian. But in response, the Windmaster just says, nah, let's keep moving. Gosh, I love this friendship dearly already. I think this is one of the things that Xie Lian has wanted and needs in his life. And especially in the part of his life that is being a heaven official. Let's keep going. There it is.
You see?
See? Lucky.
You're no jinx, my friend. I think you should do it this time.
Yes.
You might still have some of Sanlong's luck.
All right then.
It's so weird hearing someone else call him Sanlong. That's the 2 6s. Is it the right combination?
Change this time.
Not to speak ill of your friends, but I hate Hua Cheng.
Not to speak ill of your friends, but I fucking hate Hua Cheng.
Windmaster, look. It's a different passage than the first.
We've gone past where the wall would be in the first passage. I've been counting steps.
Smart.
Clever.
Seems we're on the right path.
See, Windmaster can be bright.
It's blood. Someone's here.
Why did it have to be you?
Wait!
That's a Shawuru.
A dungeon.
Looky here. Found you.
You two know each other?
We don't.
Oh, I see how it is. You're embarrassed. Well, too bad, Ming Xiong, because I'm your bestest friend.
I don't have friends who run around dressed up like that.
What you said, Ming Xiong? Did you mean Ming Yi?
Yeah, you don't recognize him?
How would I?
Because you've met.
That's not true.
Oh my gosh.
Back back at Banyu Pass. Surely you remember him there with me.
Who else was there?
I need to pause. There were so many things happening here. Oh my gosh. New person or not? When Nanfang talked about not recognizing the Windmasters in this form, in their female form, like, it was very possible that he was also talking about the black-robed woman. This is the black-robed woman, except it is a black-robed man. Holy shit, there was name drops as well. Let's go back. I am so excited. I might have been right. Oh my gosh.
Why did it have to be you?
What a greeting. Fuck, he's banged up.
Looky here. Found you.
Oh gosh.
You two know each other?
We don't.
Oh, I see how it is. You're embarrassed. Well, too bad, Ming Xiong, because I'm your best
Ming
friend.
Xiong?
I don't have friends who run around dressed up like that.
What you said? Did you mean Ming Yi?
Ming Yi.
Yeah, you don't recognize him?
How?
No idea how to spell it.
Because you've met.
That's not true.
Don't listen to him.
Ming
Back at
Yi.
Banyu Pass.
Who else was there?
The color scheme, it all matches.
Everyone to join the fun and change their form, doesn't he? Earthmaster Ming Yi, were you the one who cast the Ascending Fire Dragon?
Yes! Earthmaster Ming Yi, we got it! Fucking hell, Earthmaster! Earthmaster! That is so exciting! Oh no! Well, I have this flash of like, oh wow, my theory might be the other one actually, now that we have a confirmed second identity for the Black-Throat Woman. The Black-Throat Woman is Earthmaster. Oh wow. I am elated on one hand, but so conflicted, like where the fuck is this going? Alright, let's get into it. Were you the one who sent this dragon spell? Is what Xie Lian's asking. Let's hear what's going on.
Master Ming Yi, were you the one who cast the Ascending Fire Dragon?
Yes.
His wounds look severe, and we can't treat them. You two can catch up later. Right now, we move.
So, Hua Cheng immediately went to the Earthmaster after they recognized each other, after he left Xie Lian.
Hey there, best friend. Aren't you supposed to be some great fighter?
Oh my
Parted
god!
ways at Banyu Pass a few days ago, you were fine. So how'd you end up looking like that? Ming Yi, did you piss off the Crimson Rain sought flower? Want to talk about
He's talking like he's not afraid to get punched. I guess they are best friends.
Oh my
Earthmaster,
god,
I'm
that's
curious.
so cute!
Why would...
Why is the Earthmaster so cute? I can't. I don't mind. They can be girlfriends, they can be boyfriends, they can be best friends, they can be whatever. I do not mind. As long as this keeps happening. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Windmaster is talking like he's not afraid to get punched. But now, why? Earthmaster, what is your deal with Hua Cheng? What is the beef? What is the beef? Are you gonna tell us? We only have a few episodes left of this episode to find out. Let's see if they're gonna tell us. Yeah, easily.
I hope we have enough time to find Lang Ying and bring him with us.
Oh, Xie Lian!
Stay back!
Did you not notice? Your reaction time is so slow. Hua Cheng! I saw the boot! Oops!
Am I in the armory?
Awkward!
Why is Lang Ying here?
What is going on? Oh. Oh no!
I'm sorry.
No! Yeah, I thought that was gonna happen. Go back a little bit. Go back just a little bit. So Xie Lian falls right down into the armory. Hua Cheng is there. And so is Lang Ying. You got so close, Xie Lian. Gave that man a heart attack. He doesn't even have a beating heart. But I'm sure if anyone could make it happen, it would be Xie Lian. Like, is that a statue of Xie Lian with the flower? And who's in the background? It's really hard to tell. Oh shit. I just got completely distracted because I just spotted the title of the next episode. Fuck you, Crunchyroll, but also, holy shit, fuck me. Oh, the timing is so bad. Okay, I'll get back to the ending of this episode, just give me a second. Listen, the next episode is titled The Second Coming of Fangxin. The timing! Okay, the two characters that I am suspecting might even be Fangxin are literally the Earthmaster and Xie Lian. And they are both in the room with us. Oh my lord. I might have confirmation next episode for either one of these series. And that's neither here nor there right now, but it's coming. Like, I knew it was coming this season, but it is coming next episode, and I am so hyped for that. Oh gosh. Heart beating. Okay, but we end this episode on like this. What the fuck just happened? Xie Lian rolls the dice, and he immediately drops into the armory, right at Hua Chang's feet. Hua Chang, did you design that door? Because here's a renovation tip for you. You should have designed that door to be like 1 meter further that way, so that you could have given Xie Lian a softer landing. Oh my gosh, like why? Why the armory? Why are we dropping into the armory? Why does the door pathway lead there? Hua Chang might know, he designed the fucking thing, right? But we're in this really interesting situation where we have just found the Earthmaster. The Earthmaster who had secret beef with Sanlang. And we have to find out what that is because the Earthmaster Ming Yi, I am spelling it Mingyi right now. And I feel like I might be on point for this one. Like, I'm getting used to the spelling of the Chinese names, and this one is really familiar to me. Like, I feel I've gotten this one right. But Earthmaster won't divulge that information to Xie Lian, even though he asked. Because, I don't know, maybe it's... Like, Windmaster was a bit like, my bestie is hurt, let's just let him rest for now, which is kind of like delaying the reveal for us. I'm hoping Hua Chang will tell us, because we are now in the room with Hua Chang. All of us. Xie Lian, Hua Chang, Earthmaster, and Windmaster. And Long Ying. And he seemed really scared. Hua Chang, why is your bonus kid number 2 in the room with you and being... Yeah, I think that of course Hua Chang is very suspicious of anyone around Xie Lian and wants to know what is Long Ying's deal. It is top priority for him to figure out what is going on around him to see if he's a threat or not. I am sure this strategy is not one Xie Lian would agree with, and this whole situation, like, he lands in front of Sanlang and is like, oh shit, how am I gonna explain to him why I am now right next to him all of a sudden? But then he sees Long Ying being all shaky and he's like, what? So there's a little bit of tension going on here because Windmaster and Earthmaster is also landing in the room. So here you have Sanlang sitting here doing his thing, and suddenly his guard just lands right in front of him, as does his prisoner. And this other man dressed in a dress that just happens to be the palace uniform. Like, I wonder if he knew that Windmaster had infiltrated his place, like if he had the means to know that. But yeah, that was a fast-paced episode, and I feel like I summed up most of my thoughts through the discussions that I had while I was pausing. I don't think there is much else for me to add, really. And unless my brain does some really crazy fuckery between now and next time, I don't think I have that much of like a discussion to make out of this. Could next time be a short reaction video? Am I even capable of making those anymore? I mean, stay tuned and you'll find out. Like, I will definitely be talking about Windmaster and Earthmaster after I have seen the episode in Chinese. I can't believe it. Or I can believe it, but I'm just so fucking happy I'm right. I got the Wind Master and I got the Earth Master. I am clocking all the masters. I am the master of master clocking. I have no idea what I'm saying anymore, and that is probably a good hint that we need to stop. I can't wait to see Sunlong's reaction to all of this and what Xie Lian is going to tell him and how he's gonna react to what is going on. There's so many things to react to here. Not me. Like, I'll be doing reacting too, but all these other people have a lot that just landed on their plates. So yeah, the season is really picking up, and with the next episode being the second coming of Fangxin, we have a lot of excitement ahead of us, and I am super pumped to start trimming this video and editing it so I can get it out to you as quickly as I can. So let's do it. Let's end this here. So thank you again for being so patient with me. I hope you enjoyed this video and this reaction. This has been Amelia, aka Spaced Out Puffin, and I will see you in the next one.